The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
Hi, friends. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Welcome to the Delaware Hockey Network. Saturday afternoon coverage of the University of Delaware Men's Division I Blue Hens as they look to complete a weekend sweep over the Rhode Island Rams. But my, oh my, did the Blue Hens make it interesting in their 3-2 win over their rivals from the Ocean State last night here at Fred Rust Arena. We're going to head right back to the highlights of yesterday's game. Break down how the Hens scored their 16th win of the season. And tee up what we can expect to see here tonight. Rhode Island Rams getting on the board. 9 minutes and 7 seconds in the first period. Rare D-zone turnover from Riley Donor, leading to Aiden Darlington's 12th goal of the season. 11 minutes into the second period, the Rams pop their second. Ethan Cordero walking in to jam the puck past Snellenberg. That was at 11:09 in the second. But after saving his first 23 shots faced, Rhode Island's Callum Burgess gave up the 24th that he saw. Justin Guelph with a rocket from the slot. Just 56 seconds after Rhode Island's second goal, turning this into a one-goal game. Shane Straubinger with 2:04 to go in the second. Top shelf leveled the score. And the Hens and the Rams battled scoreless through the third period, thanks to one of many saves from Jacob Snellenberg, doing what he does night in, night out. He recorded 17 saves on 19 total shots faced. Through overtime, nothing settled. In the fourth round of a shootout, Tanner Mahoney with that nifty between-the-legs toe drag gave the Blue Hens a 3-2 win over the Rhode Island Rams. So Mahoney, after the shootout game-winning goal yesterday, will start along with Justin Guelph and Ryan Rodriguez up front. Jacob Snellenberg back between the pipes, having improved to 11, 4-1 on the year. His goals against average hovering just over 3. On the other side of the red line, Joe Augustine's Rams 16-8-4. Callum Burgess 30 saves yesterday, but it will be Nick Maringola getting the start between the pipes for the blue-clad Rams. Aiden Darlington, one of the Rams' 2 goal scorers yesterday, will start on the first forward combination alongside Cameron Cyrano and Hall. We'll see the second D pair, Zach Bell and Zach Gold, getting the starting assignment. We're going to take a break here on the Delaware Hockey Network. When we come back, we'll take you inside the glass for the Limestone Pension Associates starting lineups. We'll be joined on the air once again by the stat man Eli Swope, and we'll have a special presentation for you as well just prior to game time. This is the Delaware Hockey Network, and it's all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Back inside Fred Rust Arena. The lights are down, the hens are back, and looking to complete a weekend sweep. Without further ado, we're going to head inside the glass for the Limestone Pension Associates starting lineups as the Rhode Island Rams take their positions as well for tonight's opening introductions. Hockey fans, good evening and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Tonight, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Eastern States Collegiate Hockey League present a men's Division I regular season game between the visiting University of Rhode Island Rams and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the visiting Rhode Island Rams, coached by the venerable Joe Augustine. Starting in goal, number 1, Nicholas Maringola. On defense, number 4, Zachary Bell. And number 18, Zachary Gold. At left wing, number 26, Owen Hall. At right wing, number 5, Cameron Sear. And starting at center, number 10, Aiden Darlington. And now let's meet the starting 6 for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting on defense, from Ringwood, New Jersey, number 12, Shane Straubinger. And from Morris Plains, New Jersey, number 5, Jack Keller. At left wing, from Kenilworth, New Jersey, number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. At right wing, from Kendall Park, New Jersey, number 21, Justin Guelph. Starting at center from Venetia, Pennsylvania, number 36, Tanner Mahoney. And starting in goal from Meadowbrook, Pennsylvania, number 35, Jacob Snellenberg. Your Delaware Blue Hens are coached by Todd Middlemeyer, Jason Baines, Eric Sterren, and Mark Zezut, assisted by student manager Anthony Mazzio. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees John Poling and Brent Kendall, and linesmen Steve Cannon and Walter Lawrence. Presenting the colors this evening are members of Cub Scout Pack 301 from Middletown, Delaware. At this time, we welcome them to center ice. And now, fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag at center ice as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Go time from Fred Rust Arena. The Hens look to make it 4 in a row. The Hens look to complete a weekend sweep of these Rhode Island Rams. Delaware moving from west to east in opening period play. From left to right, wearing their home white kits. Rhode Island moving from right to left in their away powder blues, navy blue helmets. White numbers on the back and sleeves. James Witherite joined once again by Eli Swope, the stat man, in the color chair tonight. Eli, what a game yesterday, and if the Hens can maintain their momentum right from the opening drop, a little bit better here, this healthy home crowd at Fred Rust Arena will be in for a mighty treat.
And what a way to start the momentum as well. Tanner Mahoney taking the opening faceoff off of that brilliant goal that he scored in the shootout yesterday. It's going to be a great game today, and we'll see how it all materializes.
And off we go. Puck sent deep into the Rhode Island zone. Zach Bell hustles back to recover, but under 2-ply forechecking pressure, he gives it away. First shot of the game came from Justin Guelph at the top of the left circle. Looked like Maringola got a piece of it. And the Rams come barreling back the other direction, led by Aiden Darlington, first of the 2 Rhode Island goal scorers yesterday. He dumped the puck in behind the Delaware goal. It was pushed back by Straubinger. Across to Keller in the near corner. He plays the carom shot far side after drawing forechecking attention. And this is deflected by Guelph beyond center red to avoid the icing. Here's the first we see of Jonathan Shaw as the top line and top pair come on for the Rams. But Andrew Lowe foils them. Here's a one-on-one with Drowan. Lowe looking for space, trying to feed to Tracy, his former Team Maryland teammate in the Eastern Hockey League. He couldn't connect on that pass. Lowe trying to hold the zone, drawn back to center to recover. He leaves this across to Brady Burke, swarmed by Jake McKinnon, at the center line. McKinnon working together with Mulhern, driving this puck deep into the Delaware zone, and we've got our first whistle from John Poling coming 73 seconds into the contest.
And it looks like this is just going to be a penalty for interference on Luke Doshin. And yet again, we see special teams take part. A lot earlier today than we saw yesterday. Yesterday we saw our first penalty about halfway through the second period. But today, seeing it a lot earlier, Rhode Island's power play last night, not as good as they thought they'd be. Tonight, they're looking to step up the plays.
Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill underway for the Blue Hens. Schedule your first cleaning at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 15, Luke Doshin. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 1 minute, 13 seconds in the first period. Doshin, 2 for interference at 1:13. 35 seconds of that penalty already killed off, and the Hens camp out in the Rhode Island zone. Trevor Early attracting a pair of Ram back checkers before the puck was dug free. Ethan Cordero working it back as far as the Delaware blue line before the Hens PK unit countered. And they've got some fresh legs on now. We've got DeBolt, Diaz, Straubinger, and Panapresso. True freshman Luke Panapresso making a really big impact on this Delaware team over the past few weeks, recording 7 assists on the season. Here Diaz clears. Just over half of the Doshin penalty has expired. Maringola steadies. To Tro, to Shaw. In he comes up the left side. Straubinger keeps him wide. Drop pass to Bell at the point. Shaw's going to work down low with McKinnon. To Tro on the doorstep. Mulhern completes this high-powered power play unit for the Rams. Mulhern to the top of the zone and Bell. Back to Mulhern. He and Bell play keep away shot through traffic. It was blocked in front. Straubinger got a piece of that. He tries to stick handle out of harm's way. Tetreault lifts his stick at the near half wall, and the Rams recover. Final 13 seconds on this first Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill of the game. McKinnon looked shot from the top of the left circle, didn't have the angle. Tetreault on the back door, couldn't place the redirect, and the Hens kill off the Doshin penalty. No icing here, says linesman Walter Lawrence. And thus the Rams are forced back in their own end to try to set up. 3.5 minutes have gone by in the first period of a scoreless hockey game. Delaware victorious via shootout yesterday, 3-2. Shaw tried to split defenders on his way into the low slot, but Donor tied him up. Burke to Guelph the other direction. Head man pass in the neutral zone. Mahoney couldn't cut through at the line. He was held up by, wouldn't you know it, Jonathan Shaw.
That foreboding omen. This Jonathan Shaw guy, we had pleasantries with him before the game yesterday, and we know what a stand-up guy he is. This ice play that we have seen from him and his defense lately has been shocking me with how great he has been.
His awareness of the ice, his ability to insert himself into the play as a defenseman, he is the cornerstone of this team on the ice in all three zones, and he proves it time and again. This is an icing against the Blue Hens. 4 minutes, 18 seconds into opening period play. And the face-off is going to come to the right of Jacob Snellenberg, who saw nary a shot on that first Rhode Island power play of the day. Shaw holding the point after the Szabo face-off win, but the fourth line's foiled by Donor. Guelph up the right wing boards, leading what was an odd man rush. He shot from the half wall. Maringola squared up for the save. Rebound picked up by Szabo in the near corner. Steered behind the cage by Naumovs. Around to Jack Drowan racing up the far side. Delayed offside against the Rams. Tagging up was Szabo. And the Hens volley the puck back. Panapresso to Drowan. Thrown back the other way. No icing, says Steve Cannon, as the puck goes from east to west. And Noah Goose plays it up the near side to Panapresso. Tracy Doshin and Lowe, the forwards on right now for Delaware. The Coloradan Luke Doshin takes a high hit into the back glass. Courtesy Zach Gold, that separates him from the puck. And Andrew Lowe hustles back deep into the Delaware end to recover. We're just beyond the 5-minute mark of the first period. No score, only 2 shots on goal, both coming from Delaware.
This Delaware team off to the same start we saw them yesterday, limiting the Rhode Island chances in their zone, creating chances in the Rhode Island zone. What we saw yesterday, 6-0 shots today, much more mild, 2-0. They did have to kill off a penalty in that time. We do have to give them a bit of grace for that.
Gold holding the line. Off a failed pass back the other way from Mulhern. Lowe walks in. Drop pass, nobody home. McKinnon recovering, but he failed to clear the zone. Doshin couldn't run the gauntlet. Stood up by Jake McKinnon at the top of the far circle. And here comes McKinnon to Tatro the other way. They dump in, and the Rams will change. Strawbinger, diagonal outlet pass to Early, connected, but Trevor Early swarmed right at his own blue line, could do nothing more with it. So the Hens will try again to generate time and space. Alex Infanger in front of his own bench. Shovels this puck up the left wall. Muley flips it in over the Rhode Island blue line. Turned back, and now controlled by Ethan Cordero just inside the line for the Rams. Cordero lost his stick. Puck was cleared amid heavy net front congestion, and Maringola leaves this with 6.5 minutes elapsed in the first period to Tim Crane, former skater for Salesianum in his high school days, to get things moving from right to left for the Rams again. This Lockwood shot in close was wide of the far post. We're nearing 7 minutes in, and still Snellenberg yet to see a shot on goal. A couple blocks in close, a few around the perimeter, but nothing on the 4x6. There's the first shot, and it came from Jonathan Shaw from the left point. Easy Snellenberg stick save. Steers play to the far side. Hall throws this behind the net. He wins the foot race to the puck over Cody Diaz, but can't control it. Donor fails to clear. This held in by Drowan from the right point. Ricocheted off the backboards. Owen Hall working the near side. He's double teamed, checked off the puck by Diaz. Recovering briefly was Burke. He bobbled. Shot attempt in close, looked like Darlington trying for his 13th of the year. Again, didn't have the line he needed. Hens clear, no icing. Shaw behind his own net, posts up with 12:20 remaining in a back-and-forth first period that has seen very little in the way of quality chances, if any.
No, absolutely no A-grade chances yet to this point. With only 3 shots on goal, I'd find it hard to believe that this feeling out period we're seeing yet again could generate these kind of chances.
It took Delaware a while to build their momentum yesterday, at least in terms of generating quality. Seems to be much the case here again, as they've been met by a pretty stout Rhode Island back check, led in large part by, you guessed it, Jonathan Shaw.
That is just a testament.
Goose to Mahoney, steered up the right wing boards. Nobody to further the Delaware attack. Hens will change in part. Mahoney keeps the forechecking pressure alive on Michael Lacazzi. Mulhern has room up the left wing boards. He puts on the brakes just above the blue line as Keller tried to angle him into the wall. So a dump and chase ends up the result, and the Hens come barreling back the other way. Keller to Mahoney. Doshin tagged up smartly for the onside entry. So Lowe, Doshin, and Mahoney on right now as the forward combination. As we work our way near halfway in the first period, it's been back and forth with hardly a chance to breathe through these first 9 minutes and 10 seconds. Puck is tied up in the near corner. Doshin and Lowe alongside Lacazzi and McKinnon. Lacazzi, pressured by Doshin, cycles to Mulhern. Mulhern up the right side. To Tetreault, centering pass over the Blue Hen logo, stolen by Andrew Lowe. And Tetreault is forced 20 feet into his own zone to recover the puck for Rhode Island. Lowe again, the forechecking menace, but here's Ethan Cordero bobbing and weaving through traffic. Around 3 defenders. He shoots, and this is deflected by Snellenberg up into the netting and out of play with 10:14 to go in the first period of a 0-0 game. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. And that's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The Law Office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process, from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule a free consultation, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Quick shot off the draw, taking 5 seconds off the clock. That one made it on net, but Snellenberg froze for the pause in play. Third line back on for the Rams. Third line on for the Hens as well, as Diaz and Darlington contest the near circle face-off, and this puck is tied up right in front of the stands as we reach halfway in the first period. Drowan launches the puck in from distance. Snellenberg with the save. He comes up with the stop on the rebound chance as well. So a pair of rapid-fire Snellenberg stops. The harbinger to the transition for the Blue Hens. Goose diagonally to Diaz. Back to Goose this goes. Forechecking pressure comes in the form of Crane. Cody Diaz. Hassled, finds Panapressa, who turns it over to Shaw in neutral ice. Crane leaves this back to Gold. Naumov's up the left wing wall, could not connect with Nathan Marshall in the lineup tonight after being scratched yesterday. Hens come grinding back, but Mahoney was slowed up by Zach Bell right in front of the Rhode Island bench. And the Hens' Noah Goose pulls back behind his own line to try to start up a more deliberate advance as we enter the final 9 minutes of the first period. 0-0 from Fred Rust Arena. And we're still in that early feeling out period, Eli.
It's been 11 and a half minutes, and yet still no A-grade chances, 6 total shots from both sides. I wonder when both teams will figure out their way to attack these creases and make these goalies pay.
There a shot from distance and a save from Maringola.
I like the idea of having Maringola start today. We saw yesterday Callum Burgess excellent in net. 23 for his first 23. Then we had an incident, and then he went 3 for 5 on saves for his next 5 shots, which tied up the game and let Delaware eventually come back to win. I think giving Callum Burgess the day off, a great move by Coach Augustine.
Lowe couldn't connect on the wrister at the top of the circle, picking up the puck. Mulhern throws it into the near corner. Tetreault had the angle to it over Keller to throw one on net. Cordero crashing in. Couldn't find the net either. Mulhern again. Lacazzi from downtown. That was blocked. Clogging up the low slot, the Marylander Tommy Tracy. 7:45 to go in opening period play. No score between the Rams and the Hens. James Witherite, Eli Swope joining you here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Saunders Penn, our videographer this evening. Protracted puck battle in the near corner now, breaking away. And here come the Hens right back on the offensive. Doshin shot, made it on net. Maringola's stick save. Tracy back behind the cage. Doshin couldn't maintain control. This will be walked by Canizet as far as his own blue line. Burke recovers. Volley to Drowan. Shaw leaves this to Drowan. A.J. Mulet, the forechecking menace in the near corner. Nearly forced the turnover. Canizet across ice. Barreling in, here's Lockwood with a wide shot. Shaw holds the point near side for Rhode Island. He caroms the puck in low. Lockwood on the doorstep. Burt couldn't corral the puck, but it skitters as far as the Rhode Island blue line. So Shaw has to hustle back to get there. As we come to the final 6:20 of the first period, no score. A couple near chances developing for Rhode Island, but the angle's not there and the pass is not connecting. Goose with 6 minutes to go in the first period. Sent this to Panapresso. Early shovels the puck off his backhand in over the Rhode Island line. That enables the Hens to get in a much needed change. Hall the other way. The other 26, Luke Panapresso, recovers the puck in the far corner, standing up Darlington in that confrontation. DeBold off the Diaz feed, gains red before throwing the puck into the far corner. The Albertan Cade Coughlin cycles to Diaz. This taken away up the far side by Corey Szabo, but he's met by a pair of Delaware defenders upon reaching the blue line. I don't think we've seen an odd man rush yet today, Eli.
No, absolutely not. And most of the odd man rushes created yesterday were off of turnovers, defensive zone turnovers, offensive zone turnovers.
Neutral zone turnovers.
Yep, we haven't seen much of those yet today.
Jack Keller with 5 minutes to go in the first period. Gets to the center stripe before lofting the puck in behind the Rhode Island net. So we're seeing a lot of dump and changes here with teams trying to break out, not finding any sort of seam to capitalize on, and then saying, all right, 45 seconds later, let's get the next set on and see what they can do. Marshall held the zone but gave the puck away. Donor steered this behind the net. Burke could not connect with Guelph the first time. McKinnon nearly bothered that pass up the wall. Here's Rodriguez, slap shot. Drowan right on him. Hacking at the puck far side was Brady Burke to try to maintain the zone for the Hens. That's Guelph. Bodied down by Drowan. Loose puck picked up by Tetreault. Shaw's one-timer at the left point. He topped that puck. Mulhern working near side now after protecting for the Rams. Cycles in low to Tetreault, bothered yet by Donor. Inside the final 4 minutes in the first period, of a scoreless game from Fred Rust Arena. Ethan Cordero hassled by Mahoney in the far corner. Works this around to Drowan. Second line filtering in. Shaw takes aim from the left point. Blocked by Burke once again. Speaking of freshman defenseman, Brady Burke from Denver, Pennsylvania, former Philadelphia Little Flyer in the Eastern Hockey League. He's laid out the body quite a few times this season. I'd reckon he leads this team in block shots.
We'll have to go through after the game, or maybe at the first intermission, and I'll check my my stats, and we'll see who leads this team in block shots. If I'm putting bets, I'm not a betting man, but I'll say Burke.
Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Final 200 in the first period from Fred Rust Arena. We are yet scoreless. Gold dodges a check. He works the puck up the left side. Unable to chase it down was Darlington, but he turns up the forechecking heat on Luke Panapresso. Panapresso chips the puck to center. He flops it in the rest of the way from there. Friendly fire as Doshin and Lowe collide. Both trying to keep the forechecking pressure on the Rams, and that opened the door for Zach Bell to walk in up the left side. Bell shot. Snellenberg save. This goes up into the netting and out of play.
That might be the best chance we've seen Rhode Island muster, and yet only a grade B to grade C chance. We haven't seen that many sustained offensive drives here. We see maybe a couple of shots, one or two chances, nothing big. I think both of these teams are playing this conservatively as to not give up the lead early and give themselves a chance to fight later.
This is the overtime chess match that we saw yesterday, except 5-on-5, and it's stretched now for 17 minutes and 43 seconds. Early and King together. Oliver King chases the puck down to the far corner, hassled by Lacazzi. Straubinger, one-timer at the point, cannon into traffic. Looked like it caught early in the leg. He's back up on his feet, none the worse for wear. Keller battles with Naumovs in the near corner, and this is worked clear by the Rams. Floated by Marshall. Sky high from center, studied by Snellenberg. Stretch pass to Keller coming from King, trying to catch the Rams in a change, but Keller's plastered to the near wall as he throws the puck in toward the Rhode Island net with 100 seconds to go in the opening period. Mulhern, McKinnon on the doorstep. Shot denied by a Snellenberg stick save. Tetreault forced back into neutral territory, leaves this back to Shaw. Around the horn to Drowan up the middle, Mulhern. Outnumbered at the Delaware blue line, Diaz recovers the puck. DeBolt will leave this to Burke in the near corner. Around to Donor, who's got space up the left side. Headman pass up the middle, DeBolt. Slowed up by a Drowan poke check. DeBolt keeps on ticking, he stays with the play. Puck thrown in from distance and covered by Maringola. A pause with 64 seconds to go in the first period, and Delaware getting themselves an attacking zone face-off. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Since Barbecue Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides, sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch, or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. Delayed penalty coming up against the Rams. The extra attacker is on, and the whistle sounds with 43 and 4/5 seconds to go in opening period action. Eli, you had some notes to share with us.
Yeah, that McKinnon chance was the first A-grade chance we've seen all game. Walked into the slot and just shot it right on Snelly's pads. First of the game, I'd like to see Delaware respond with a great chance on this power play. Looks like power play 1 unit is out on the ice and ready to go.
Delaware Sports Medicine power play beginning right here, right now for the Blue Hens as Cordero was ruled off for tripping. Rhode Island penalty assessed to number 27. Ethan Cordero, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 19 minutes, 16 seconds of the first period. Cordero 2 for tripping at 19:16. Diaz up the right side. Rodriguez, Mahoney, Guelph, and Donor with him. Guelph tried to center to Diaz. Pass was blocked down. Last-ditch effort from Donor throwing the puck in. The shot was wide and the horn sounds. At the end of 20 minutes, there is no score between the Rhode Island Rams and the Delaware Blue Hens. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after the first intermission.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Welcome back to the Delaware Hockey Network. Nothing to show for 20 minutes of hockey, but some solid net minding when called for from Jacob Snellenberg, who stopped all 6 Rhode Island shots that he faced in the opening frame, including this 1-2 punch midway through the first period. So absolutely nothing to show for the first 20 minutes as we see the last of the intermission clock tick away. And both teams taking the ice for period number 2. Around mid-game yesterday was when the Blue Hens started to put things together. The difference here, they're not coming into the second period on a deficit. Takeaways from the first 20, Eli.
Absolutely. And today, both teams playing the turnover game. Neither one being careless with the puck. Neither one giving anyone any chance to take the puck away and create a chance. Both defenses led by Jonathan Shaw and Brady Burke, Noah Goose, Riley Donor especially today, have been on their game. They've been limiting chances the entire game, and today we've seen a lot better defense from both sides. Now, we're starting the second period on a Delaware Sports Medicine power play, so we'll see what the Delaware Blue Hens have in store with a fresh sheet of ice with the machine off.
And coming back after the intermission, PP1 right back on for the Blue Hens. Rodriguez tried to jam one in from point-blank range. Maringola with the stop. Here's Donor from distance. That was wide but off the blocker. Zach Bell clears. Snellenberg steadies. McKinnon, Tetreault, Drowan, and Bell. The 4 penalty killers on for the Rams, who are backed up in their own zone as Justin Guelph works the near corner. Back high to Donor this comes. Guelph left side, Rodriguez right side. Mahoney in the middle. And down low is Cody Diaz. Power play formation we've seen time and again from Todd Middlemeyer's Blue Hens. And the pass up the middle from Rodriguez to Mahoney after Rhode Island cleared, failed to connect. This is Luke Panapresso up the middle, trying to dipsy-doodle through traffic, supported well by Rodriguez. A couple quick shots, a couple quick saves from Maringola, and 80 seconds in to the second period. We've got a pause in play. Rhode Island unscathed on their first penalty-killing situation of the night, and the face-off coming to the right of Nick Maringola, who recorded 3 saves on 3 shots in that first Delaware Sports Medicine power play of the day for the Blue Hens. Tracy wins the near circle draw. Delaware trying to prolong their attacking momentum. Whenever they were able to set up shop in the offensive zone, they were able to generate chances pretty well yesterday. As was the case yesterday, though, the Hens having some struggles in terms of their transition game, trying to work up ice and manufacture chances as opposed to those quick, I don't want to say gifted, but gifted opportunities born of attacking zone draws.
Absolutely, and not only attacking zone draws, but yet again, turnovers. This team thrives when they don't have to cross all the lines, when they are kind of given that offensive zone momentum, and they just like to ride that momentum from face-off to turnover to goal. We saw it a lot yesterday with Justin Guelph with a takeaway in the defensive zone in the second period, walked the whole way down. We saw it again on the defensive side with Riley Donor when he bobbled the puck. On the other side, we see a great defense by Rhode Island, not giving them these chances today.
Muley, after being drawn back into neutral ice, swats the puck behind the Rhode Island goal. With 2 men of 4, the Hens had to tag up, and that gives Rhode Island the opportunity to work up ice. Checked off the puck was Naumov's. Line held early, back to Straubinger, thrown in close. Lacazzi steers this ahead to Naumov's, and now Nathan Marshall works up the right wing boards. This will come back offside.
Yes, just another timing error. We saw a couple of these yesterday. A couple of botched line changes, a couple of offsides that could have been easily, avoided. But this Rhode Island team coming in today looking more disciplined, I assume that that's not going to be the status quo as they go forward. This Delaware team, yet again, limiting offensive chances as we have seen 3 and 1/4 shots total this period. Just not a good showing right now for either team offensively.
Diaz tips this into the bench area. So we'll have a neutral zone draw coming up. As linesperson Walter Lawrence retrieves a puck. This is actually thrown back on, so Steve Cannon's going to start us back up from center. Keller the first to control the puck, but he's back behind his own goal to do so. With 2 minutes and 50 seconds elapsed in the second period of a 0-0 game from Fred Rust Arena. This is shoveled in by Coughlin. Crane hustles back deep into his own zone. Diaz recovers. Coughlin onside for the entry. Diaz pressured by Crane, who is leaning on him to keep him out of the slot. Still got a shot on goal. Maringola with the stop. Here the other way is Matt Tetreault. Tetreault scores. A rocket from the right circle, and Matt Tetreault, potting his 4th of the season, gets the Rams on the board.
As we go to replay here, we're just going to see a great chance from these Rhode Island Rams. They pick it up in their own zone and just skate it the whole way down. Tetreault walks in, doesn't even give a thought to passing, took it the whole way and beat Snellenberg blocker side.
So 3 minutes and 17 seconds in. The Rams with the early advantage. Lockwood trying to throw, or rather Cordero trying to throw one on. Snellenberg responds this time in kind. Mahoney barreling back the other way. Rodriguez lending support, but ultimately to no avail. 3.5 minutes into the second period.
This
Delaware forced to play catch-up.
This Delaware team, yes, is playing catch-up now. They came into this period even as another turnover there in the defensive zone allows Rhode Island to get a chance, and that's on goal. A second on goal for the Rhode Island Rams after that botched pass that turned into a takeaway for the Rams. This Rams team is not looking to let any opportunity go by for them. As we look here, the Delaware side, Ryan Rodriguez takes the puck away, gives it to Guelph up along the far boards, takes it in, steamrolls toward, but is taken away by the Rhode Island Rams and the 4 of Zachary Bell. Rhode Island now on odd man rush, 2-on-1, 3-on-1 if they hurry.
Canizette with the shot, and that sails wide. We've got the particulars on the first Rhode Island goal. Here we go. Rhode Island goal, his 4th of the season. Scored by number 15, Matt Tetreault. Assisted by number 9, Jake McKinnon, and number 1, Nicholas Maringola. Time of the goal, 3 minutes, 17 seconds in the second period. Tetreault's 4th from McKinnon and Maringola at 3:17. Not that frequent that we see a goalie getting the assist, but it was Maringola who played the puck over to McKinnon, and then the give and go with Tetreault up the near side that led to Matt Tetreault's 4th goal of the season, and so far, the lone tally of the game.
Yeah, Maringola, a great play on that puck. Got it tape to tape on the inside boards here, and just taken the whole way up on the give and go.
5.5 elapsed in the second period. Rhode Island working back from their own end. Ronan Judge to center, losing the puck with Sear. Judge protects. He lets this go a couple feet before center. Steve Cannon going to give him that one. Colby Sakuma last night probably wouldn't have, but in any case, play continues on with Delaware just trying to steamroll back from our right to our left into Rhode Island territory. They do so. Pair of 4th-line forwards in Infanger and Muley tied up with Johnny Poling. And play's going to be whistled dead with 13:51 to go in the second period of a 1-0 hockey game. Rhode Island with the advantage in terms of the scoreboard. In terms of territory, the Hens going to get a much-needed attacking zone faceoff. Friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Early wraparound chance. Made it on net, but Maringola sealed off the near post. What have we got from Poling now? Elbowing the call. And it's going to go against the Hens with 6.5 gone in the second period.
An elbowing, not one of those calls you take lightly. It is a player health and safety call. Just absolutely has to be called. And you got to think Poling and Kendall both know that as experienced referees in the bands. They know exactly what has to happen on these player health and safety calls.
So elbowing against Trevor Early. Sending the Blue Hens to their second Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill of the evening. Again, schedule your first cleaning at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 8, Trevor Early. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes, 30 seconds in the second period. Early 2 for elbowing at 6:30.
We have a little reprieve here as we get the box and the scoreboard correctly set as Cody Diaz loses the defensive zone faceoff.
And Shaw holds the near point for Rhode Island. Shaw usually working the left side, working the right side now. Taking aim was Canizet, holding for the pause, Snellenberg.
This Delaware penalty kill has our 2 block shots leader. At the break, I took a check, and our 2 block shots leaders are Noah Goose with 2 more than Brady Burke. Noah Goose right now working the right wing, and Burke working the left wing. You can see them both. They will be active, they will be taking away lanes, and they will be blocking shots here on this Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill.
Goose in the trenches alongside Canizet, but Cordero comes away with the puck and he steadies near side for Rhode Island. 7 minutes gone, the one-timer from Lockwood on target. Snellenberg with save number 11. Hens clear. Maringola confronted by Diaz, who had to slam on the brakes at the top of the crease to avoid a collision. Burke hauled into the near corner. Canizet, Cordero trying to walk in. Puck stick checked off his intended path. And trying to push this clear was DeBolt the other way. It goes into the bench and out of play with 12:39 to go in the second.
Delaware rotating out this penalty kill now. They are bringing on penalty kill 2, led by Luke Panapresso and Shane Straubinger on the back, and Alex Infanger and Cade Coughlin on the front. We will see this power play 2 work for another minute and 9 seconds as they try and kill off this penalty.
Shaw from the line to Mulhern. Across near side and Bell. Back to Mulhern around the horn. Shaw worked low. Behind the cage is McKinnon. Tetreault posting up net front. Hens dropping 3 guys in low to take away as many shot lanes as possible. They'll surrender the passing lanes around the perimeter of the zone, but Panapresso and Straubinger hanging awfully close to home to support Snellenberg. Winding up. That was Zach Bell getting a shot on net from 40 feet. Snellenberg with his 12th save on a baker's dozen so far. Shaw. Centering pass. He tried to find Tetreault. Infanger blocked that lane. One-timer opposite side from Mulhern. Through traffic into Snellenberg's pads again. Final 17 seconds now on the early elbowing minor. Shaw to Tetreault, working the right circle. Behind the back drop pass to Shaw. Across to Bell. He takes aim from distance. Snellenberg drops to the butterfly for the save. And this is cleared out by Infanger over the near glass and out.
This PK2 unit is gassed. I see Coughlin and Infanger bending over, making sure that they can catch their breath before the final face-off of this penalty kill. Before we get back to 5-on-5 and Trevor Early gets out of the box following that elbowing minor.
Final seconds of the early penalty tick away, and the Hens are back to full strength. Shot in close came from Darlington. Snellenberg answers the call again. Judge's follow-up from distance was wide. Hens clear. This will come back an icing with 11:14 to go in the second period. And a 1-0 deficit staring down the Blue Hens before a healthy Fred Rust Arena crowd tonight. Hens, of course, cannot change. Or can they? Looked like the change had already begun. Or there was some other extenuating circumstances. Infanger went off. In any case, we work our way to the 9-minute mark of the second period. Rhode Island, thanks to Matt Tetreault, with a 1-0 lead over the Delaware Blue Hens. Puck into the bench, out of play again. Mahoney and Szabo take the draw right in front of the Rhode Island bench. Burke sends this toward Mahoney. Puck tipped on the good side of center, back behind the Rhode Island goal. But getting to it in time was Jack Drowan to lead this Ram counterattack, again back up the far boards. Snellenberg tried to steady the puck behind his own cage. This skied from a battle near side, and the puck rolls back toward the Rhode Island blue line. Guelph couldn't chase it down. Shaw got there a half step quicker. Donor with control at his own line up the middle. Justin Guelph leaned into by Naumovs. The Rodriguez shot off its target. Hens trying to take advantage, and they do! The score evened one aside with 9:53 elapsed in the second.
And that was Justin Guelph on the welcome mat. As we look at this again on our instant replay, Riley Donor outlet pass to Mahoney, up there to Rodriguez, sends it back around as we get Justin Guelph on the lower doormat right there to tip it in.
Did he tip that, or did Rodriguez have the last touch?
Rodriguez.
We're going to have another look at that. As somehow the Hens showing a lot more than a single goal, and that's going to give us another chance to watch this replay.
Yeah, let's take a second look at this here on our instant replay. It was an own goal off of the 22 from Rhode Island. That Ronan Judge in the low slot.
This is going to be credited to Rodriguez for the Blue Hens, his 25th of the season.
Shot rang in there from Rhode Island off of Snellenberg's blocker. Textbook save.
So Rodriguez getting credit for his 25th goal of the year. As you mentioned correctly, an own goal, as that puck was deflected past Maringola by a Rhode Island player. In any case, we're all knotted up at one, and we'll get you the goal information here right now. Oh, Delaware goal! His 25th of the season. Scored by number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. Assisted by number 36, Tanner Mahoney. And number 24, Brady Burke. Time of the goal, 9 minutes, 53 seconds in the second period. Rodriguez's 25th from Mahoney and Burke at 9:53. 1-1 hockey game with 11 minutes elapsed in the second period. This goes over the glass and out in the Delaware zone with 9:01 remaining in this second period. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and your clientele, between your team and your fans, ranging from broadcast to social, print to digital. Whether you're on the East Coast, the West Coast, or anywhere in between, the 412 team will put their 40-plus years of experience to work for you. Want to know more? Head to 412communications.com. 8:45 remaining in the second period from Fred Rust Arena. It's a 1-1 hockey game. Cade Coughlin trying to keep this Delaware momentum going. He pile drives past the tandem of Judge and Cordero to work into the Rhode Island zone. He skates the perimeter. He leaves this to Donor at center point. Launched in from distance. Puck ends up in the near corner. Diaz back high to Donor. Flipped in close. DeBolt reaching. Couldn't get stick on puck for the net front redirect. DeBolt, however, does protect the rebound on the far corner before being swarmed by a host of Ram defenders. This is poke checked away from Cade Coughlin. Donor back to his own blue line. Recovers under pressure from Canizet. D-to-D pass. Burke up the right side. Dumps in. Hens change. Lockwood the other direction. Got a shot on from the half wall. Steered wide by Snellenberg as we come to the final 8 minutes of the second period. Shots 18-10 right now in favor of the Rams. 12-6 in Rhode Island's favor here in the second period.
Absolutely. Rhode Island has been lethal on their shots, but Delaware has, in my opinion, had the better chances. That goal a little fluky, but this Rhode Island side has a great defense. I'm sure they will continue to stonewall conceded attacks from this Delaware side.
Top line staying on for the Hens after the icing prohibits them from changing. But again, this top line now having accounted for 57, make it 58 Delaware goals after Rodriguez was credited with his 25th of the season on the Rhode Island own goal. Guelph tied up behind the net with Drowan. Mahoney muscles the puck to Keller at the point. He's pushed back over the line by Hall. This will come back an icing with 7:06 to go in period number 2. Prime opportunity for the Hens to strike. Attacking zone faceoff. They don't have to worry about negotiating two blue lines.
Absolutely. And this Delaware offense, like we said, thrives on these offensive zone faceoffs. They're 63% on the year on faceoffs in the offensive zone. And there goes yet another win for the Delaware side. No, as Rhode Island established possession and clears it, but it will come back an icing. We will see yet again another offensive zone face-off for this Delaware side. Must be getting tiring for this Rhode Island side to continually clear it and have to come right back to where they started. This team, the Delaware team, has to, off of this Tommy Tracy face-off, establish some kind of momentum. But yet again, another Rhode Island win turns into a breakout for this team as, never mind, Luke Doshin holds the
Holding the
line.
line. Andrew Lowe working behind the net. Lowe shooting. Maringola squaring up for the save. With 6:36 to go in the second period. Maringola 11 for 12 in the save department. And the faceoff's going to come to his right. With a 1-1 deadlock, yet unbroken from Fred Rust Arena. Rams and Hens trading second period goals. Tetreault 3:17 in. Beating Snellenberg, and then Rodriguez in a right place, right time situation. Credited with the equalizer for Delaware. High stick on the puck. Played by the Rams at their own line, so with 6:11 remaining in the second period. Delaware is going to get another crack at an attacking zone draw where they've won 5 out of every 8 this season.
Yeah, but this game have not been doing so well in the offensive zone. I feel like I could count the amount of times they've won an offensive zone draw on just one single hand. Power line on, Mahoney on, also in the 60s of percents this year on faceoffs, as he wins that right back.
This is Guelph. Across the line, barely holding the zone, was Brady Burke. He bats the puck into the near corner. This is lofted clear by Bell. It grazed off the netting and went out.
Power line staying on for Delaware. This top line, 58 goals on the season. Just a miraculous combo of skill and positioning for these guys to get everything where they need it to be to get a goal on the sheet for them.
Penalty coming up. Interference, says Brent Kendall. It's at 14:05 in the second period. And Zach Gold takes the walk of shame. So Delaware's sports medicine power play time awaiting for the Blue Hens. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities to promote health and wellness. Visit desportsmed.com. The Rhode Island penalty was assessed to number 18, Zachary Gold. 2 minutes for interference. And the Hens light the lamp 9 seconds into the Delaware Sports Medicine power play.
Let's go to the replay here. Off of the Mahoney face-off, we get it straight back to Riley Donor, the only defenseman on this Delaware power play. Quarterbacking the play, a shot down in close, and Cody Diaz deflects it right in the back of the net. He finds some nylon, and the Delaware Blue Hens are now up 2-1.
It was Cody Diaz with the redirect net front. And we've got plenty to get to here upstairs. As the Hens take their first regulation lead of the weekend. Recapping by rule, the Rhode Island penalty was assessed to number 18, Zach Gold. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 5 seconds in the second period. Gold, 2 for interference at 14:05. Oh, Delaware goal! His 9th of the season. Scored by number 37, Cody Diaz. Assisted by number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. And number 18, Riley Donor. Time of the power play goal, 14 minutes, 14 seconds in the second period. Diaz's 9th from Rodriguez and Donor at 14:14, a power play goal. 4.5 minutes to go in the second period. Hens finding new life off that Delaware Sports Medicine power play tally. Cordero walking in, tried to capitalize on a mini 2-on-1. He's denied by Snellenberg, and he's going to go as a result of the aftermath in pursuit of that rebound.
Yeah, Ethan Cordero created an infraction in that behind the net area. Just something that these referees will catch you on every time.
So at 15:39, Cordero is off for a hold, and the Delaware Blue Hens are right back on the Delaware Sports Medicine Power Play. Rhode Island penalty assessed to number 27, Ethan Cordero. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 15 minutes, 39 seconds in the second period. Cordero, 2 for holding at 15:39. Second power play unit on for Delaware right now. Tracy to Panapresso. Coughlin, Lowe, Straubinger complete the quintet. Luke Panapresso steered behind the net. Caroms this up the far boards to Straubinger. Cycled to Coughlin. The freshman from Calgary making a pretty big impact on the third line with 5 goals and 3 helpers so far this season. Lowe. Back to Straubinger at the point. Final 200 seconds in the second period of a 2-1 hockey game. That shot from Panapresso made it on net. Maringola with the save. Tracy back to Panapresso at the point. He and Tracy play keep away. Tracy takes aim from 35 feet. Shot caught and held by Maringola for a pause with 3:04 to go in the second period. 43 seconds left on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play. And the Hens in uncomfortable territory of late. They're playing with a lead and trying to pad it while simultaneously trying to preserve it. Far circle draw goes the way of the Rams, but Rodriguez protects the right point off a lazy clearing attempt around the far corner. Rodriguez throws one in from the right point. Baseball has the eephus pitch, and Rodriguez has what we just saw there to give the Hens a third.
And you've got to think Maringola wants that back, as this was just a throw-in. Just a little sauce back from Ryan Rodriguez at the point. It looks like he tried to pass it, and it just went in. Sometimes you get those lucky breaks, and gosh, Maringola is going to look at that, and he is not going to be happy.
So 2 power play goals for the Blue Hens, making this a 3-1 hockey game with 2:35 to go in the second period.
This Delaware power play and their special teams have been great as an early 2-on-1. A shot in, but it just goes wide from A.J. Muley, the fourth line winger.
Oh, Delaware goal! His 26th of the season and second of the game. Scored by number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. Assisted by number 37, Cody Diaz. Time of the power play goal, 17 minutes, 11 seconds in the second period. Rodriguez's 26th, second of the game from Diaz at 17:11, a power play goal. Minute 45 to go in the second period. Hens with 3 unanswered. Mulhern could not clear. Doshin protects. He flips the puck around the far corner boards, back behind the net. Lowe couldn't chase it down. Lakazi protecting, but unable to clear with the Rams again. This held in by Keller from directly in front of his own bench. We're down to the final 80 seconds of period number 2 from Fred Rust Arena. Hens gaining control of the momentum of this game here late in the second period. A couple power play goals to help their advance.
And you've got to think that special teams now will be an integral part of this game, as we have a penalty on the Blue Hens. Looks like it will be an interference.
That's what we see from Brent.
Yep. On
Tracy.
Tommy Tracy.
This officially at 18:58 in the second period. So off to the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. Go the Blue Hens. For just the third time tonight, schedule your first cleaning at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 28, Tommy Tracy. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 18 minutes, 58 seconds in the second period. Tracy, 2 for interference at 18:58. 35 to go in the second period. Bell, Shaw, back to Bell. Shaw leaves this up front. Sears one-timer chance. Goes up into the netting and out.
We've seen this Delaware power play cook as of recently. They have 2 goals on the power play now, but we have yet to see the Rhode Island power play be of really any use. They've gotten a couple shots, but 0 grade A chances on the power play. I'd love to see the Rhode Island take what they've seen out of Delaware's playbook and run it and see if they can't get something here.
Now down to the final 22. In a second period that's been very kind to the Blue Hens. Shaw one-timer off the feed from Bell. Was wide and it caromed off the corner glass. Diaz pushes Bell back to his own line. This comes back to Bell from Sear. Final 5 seconds of the second period. Straubinger going to tie up the puck down low. Shaw couldn't walk it in. Last second shot was wide, and that does it for the second period. Through 40 minutes, the score, Delaware Blue Hens 3, Rhode Island Rams 1. We'll be back after the second intermission.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Back inside Fred Rust Arena, Hens looking to maintain their second period momentum. They put 3 unanswered goals up on the Rhode Island Rams to take a 3-1 lead to the dressing room. And through 40 minutes, they've got a little bit of breathing room to work with. Looking back at the second period highlights, an own goal starting it for the Blue Hens. Credited ultimately to Ryan Rodriguez, as this was deflected in net front. Power play goal, just 9 seconds. And it was Zach Gold roughing minor, or rather a Zach Gold interference minor. A net front tip from Cody Diaz, serving as the go-ahead goal for the Blue Hens. And then it was this almost an eephus shot, we're going to call it, from Rodriguez for his 26th of the season. And to add insult to injury, he went 5-hole on Maringola. On a low-velocity shot, no less, to make it a 3-1 hockey game through 40 minutes. James Witherite, Eli Swope joining you from the 412 Communications press box. Much better effort for the Blue Hens through the second period of play. Dylan Causey joining us as well, or so we thought. Off and skating in the third period, and a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill still in effect for the Blue Hens for the first 58 seconds of the third period.
Special teams has been an integral part of this game, as Delaware going 2 for 3 on the power play, but Rhode Island yet to pot one. We'll see if they can, with about 30 some odd seconds left, to get back in this game and cut the lead in half.
Jonathan Shaw to Bell. Mulhern up the left wing boards. Drop pass to McKinnon. Through to the slot. Mulhern. Puck ended up in his skates as he was double teamed in low. Bell holds the zone. Shaw working in the far corner around to McKinnon. Pressured in the right corner by Panapresso. Back to Jonathan Shaw this comes. He flipped the puck back to McKinnon. Bell one-timer. Mulhern was wide of the near post. Ricocheted off the backboards. Controlling the puck is Alex Infanger. He floats this up the right side, and the Hens are back to full strength as Straubinger drives play back to center before the dump in by McKinnon. Strong second half of that Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill for the Blue Hens. And here comes their first offensive wave of the period. Justin Guelph backhand came back to him after Judge clogged up the slot. And this is pushed back toward the line by Lockwood for Rhode Island. Guelph checked off the puck by Lacazzi behind the net. This goes into the netting and out of play. A minute and a half into period number 3.
Back on for Delaware is the power line. Mahoney, Guelph, Rodriguez, and the top D pair in Donor Burke. This could be a great opportunity to extend the lead to 4-1 with an offensive zone faceoff.
But it was won by Cordero for the Rams and played by Lacazzi behind the net. Back to Cordero. Cross-ice pass didn't get to Canizette. Blocking it right at the Delaware blue line was Brady Burke. If you're just joining us here on the Delaware Hockey Network, Rams traveling from east to west, our right to our left here in third period play. The Blue Hens moving from west to east in their home whites, from our left to our right, the way that we see it from the 412 Communications press box.
Isn't it just a treat that our press box faces north, so we know exactly which way these teams are going, not only left and right, but cardinal direction-wise. Just a little fun fact about the booth. But here we go, yet again another offensive zone face-off draw. It'll be interesting to see how today will affect the numbers on the season for the Blue Hens in this offensive zone.
Tracy, after the face-off win, got the puck back from Doshin, but he was bothered by Cordero in the near corner. Now a two-a-side battle, Cordero and Shaw unable to work this free. Goose held the point momentarily, but bobbled the puck and was drawn back into neutral ice. Here's Darlington the other direction. He gives way to Goose up the left wall. Tracy off the cross-ice feed. Back around this comes to Goose via Panapresso. Stretch pass. Doshin couldn't reel it in. And the race for the puck will yield an icing against the Blue Hens with 17:27 to go in regulation. And a 3-1 Delaware lead. Still intact as the faceoff comes to the right of Jacob Snellenberg. He's done his fair share of the lifting tonight. 19 saves on 20 total shots faced. Hall in for the attacking zone draw. Outnumbered in deep. Shaw couldn't hold the point. He recovers the puck under pressure from Lowe at center. This is pushed by Darlington over the line. Hall crashing the net. Lost his shot lean. He tried to set up Sear on the other side of the slot to no avail, and Panapresso carries this back in over the Rhode Island blue line before dumping the puck into the far corner, and Drowan looks to generate space after circling behind the net. Dropped off just above the line to Hall. Hall, dump and change for the Rams. Snellenberg steadies a bouncing puck in close. Coughlin could not control it in the far corner. Diaz, however, did. Panapresso, Keller up the middle to Coughlin. Puck bounced off his stick just beyond center, and it was driven back by Gold the other way for the Rams. 3.5 minutes in the books here in third period action. Hens 3, Rams 1 from Fred Rust Arena. A hello to Ryan Dominic stopping by the 412 Communications press box, giving us an assist on the facts and figures tonight, with Eli Swope sliding over to the color commentary chair. Danila Namovs up the wall to Gold. Thrown in close, but it was wide off the backboards. Coughlin could not clear. Point held by Bell. Long shot off its line, and the rebound ends up back towards center. Picked up by DeBolt. Quick release shot from the top of the right circle, wide of the far post. DeBolt couldn't chase down his own rebound of the far corner. Zach Bell with time and space. Here's a 2-on-3 for the Rams. That one was on net. From roundabout the Delaware blue line, Snellenberg coming up with save number 20 on the evening. Mulhern found a lane 35 out near side. Snellenberg, textbook pad save, directing the puck into the near corner once again. It's picked up by Shane Mulhern. He's shouldered into the backboards by Brady Burke. Loose puck corralled by Infanger for the Delaware side. He walks this mid-zone before floating it up the left wall. It bounces down at the blue line of the Rhode Island Rams. Turned back by Lacazzi the other way. McKinnon spun off his feet by Burke, trying to traverse a congested slot. Oliver King can't clear. Held in by Lacazzi near side for the Rams. Lockwood held up behind the cage by Burke, and Burke is going to go.
Yeah, that was, you could see it from up here. I could go for a couple of them, I'm sure. That we'll get a right call here from Kendall.
It was Johnny Poling with the call.
Poling had the call, okay. Looks like just interference.
Holding, it looks like.
Holding the call.
So a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. Beginning for the Blue Hens. 5:02 into the third period. Schedule your first cleaning at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 24, Brady Burke. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 5 minutes. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 5 minutes, 2 seconds in the third period. Burke, 2 for holding at 5:02. Race to a loose puck off the near boards. Diaz tried to hack it free. He won the race over Canizet to the puck, but he skied it into the netting out of play. Souvenir for a fan. And this faceoff's going to come right in front of the 412 Communications press box with 14:25 to go in regulation. Delaware up 3-1, but down a man for the next 87 seconds. Keller clears. Straubinger, Doshin, and Coughlin complete this quartet of Delaware penalty killers as the iron-tough Jonathan Shaw starts up this second power play wave for the Rams. Mulhern to Bell. He bobbled at center point. The Rams are going to have to regroup. Puck handling mistake by Zach Bell. Gives the Hens a chance to reset on the defensive, and in comes Bell up the left wall. He was steered to the corner. He turned the puck over. Straubinger floats it clear up the far side. And the Hens get an opportunity to get some fresh legs on. Panapresso and Goose on the back end early with the steal. Early stick handling in close. Infanger swarming the puck, but it's taken away. And now walked up the right side by Bell across to Shaw. This unit's been on since the beginning of the power play for Rhode Island. Shaw stood up by Goose trying to work toward the cage. Again, the Hens clear. How Jonathan Shaw is not totally gassed right now is entirely beyond me, Eli.
Absolutely. He's been on for 1 minute and 50 seconds. And he's going to be on for the conclusion of this power play. He will be on for a full 2 minutes, and they're in the offensive zone. Let's see if he can make some kind of magic happen here.
No signs of fatigue. Now he's going to head off for a change.
And well-deserved change there for Jonathan Shaw.
I know I'm fanboying a little bit about Jonathan Shaw right now, but he reminds me, in terms of his tenacity, in terms of his endurance, in terms of his impact in all three zones, a lot like Syracuse's Ford Hatchett, if you remember him from 5-6 years ago. If we're looking NHL, Ray Bourque comes to mind. Granted, Ochamen's won in the NHL, totally different stories, obviously, but comparatively speaking to what's around him on the ice, that's the kind of impact that Jonathan Shaw makes.
Absolutely, and now you look at Delaware side and you start comparing. Some more comparisons come through from players like Riley Donor, also those 200-foot defenders, as we see another shot in there.
The first tall shot was wide. The second one made it on net. Guelph won the race to the puck in the far corner off the long clear. Keller just held. Guelph shooting. That one on net. Maringola with the save. And Mahoney denied 2. Quick whistle.
If I
As
were
this
Delaware,
is held on to by Marangola with 12:03 to go.
if I were Delaware on this offensive zone draw, I would look to set up something low in the slot or high at the point. Those have been the shots that Marangola has struggled with. He struggled with those shots coming from very high and very low. These mid-range shots he's had eyes on the entire day. I'd love to see something from a weird angle from this Delaware squad.
Well, we didn't have Lowe in the slot, but we had Lowe in the corner, leaving the puck to Doshin after chasing it down. McKinnon recovers for Rhode Island. He bats this forward to Tetreault up the right wing boards, but recovering was the back-checking Shane Straubinger for the Blue Hens, who protect a 3-1 lead over Rhode Island just beyond the 8-minute mark of the third period. Shaw with a near takeaway. Recovering is Keller for the Hens. Given away to Mulhern. In close, Cordero. The backhand was wide of the far post. Battle for the rebound developing in the far corner. Doshin works this clear. Tracy gives it away to Canizet. Flipped in near side. Doshin bodied off the path of the puck by Cordero. Keller pins Canizet to the wall. Puck squeaks loose. Recovered by Cordero. Holding the point was Drowan, but his shot from distance was blocked in heavy traffic. Icing waved off. Forced to play it now was Marangola from his own cage. Marangola with an assist tonight, too, in addition to 17 saves on 20 shots for the Rhode Island Rams.
Not that often you see a goalie point, especially in the ACHA, but as there's a heavy hit on Chance to Bolt. And another heavy hit that would result in a penalty on the Rhode Island side. This one looks to be coming against the numbers 27 of Cordero. Or am I misreading? No, that is the 28 of Lockwood.
Max Lockwood going to go for a cross check. Delaware Sports Medicine power play time. It's 9:26 in the third. Hens with 2 goals already tonight on the Delaware Sports Medicine power play. DESportsmed.com, the place to go to learn more. The Rhode Island penalty was assessed to number 28, Max Lockwood. More about that in a moment as the Iron Man strikes with 10:16 to go and makes this a 4-1 game.
And what did I say about getting people low? Get them low in the slot and good things will happen. Cody Diaz working there net front, and he just gets a tip as he comes out and gets that right past Marangola.
A third power play goal for the Delaware Blue Hens. And for Cody Diaz, that's his second of the night, making this 4-1.
Oh, yes, this is absolutely a great day for the Delaware power play. Now 3 power play goals on the day. This is a great sign of things to come for this power play as Jacob Snellenberg stonewalls someone after a rebound from the back glass. What a save from Snellenberg as Delaware clears the zone here. A throw-in and delayed offsides means Rhode Island has to tag up and gives Noah Goose time to center and give it to Trevor Early up the near boards. As we go to James for some particulars.
Recapping by rule, the Rhode Island penalty was assessed to number 28. Max Lockwood, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 9 minutes, 26 seconds in the third period. Lockwood, 2 for cross-checking at 9:26. Oh, Delaware goal! his 10th of the season and second of the game. Scored by number 37, Cody Diaz. Assisted by number 18, Riley Donor. And number 36, Tanner Mahoney. Time of the power play goal, 9 minutes and 44 seconds in the third period. Diaz's 10th, second of the game from Donor and Mahoney at 9:44. Rhode Island penalty assessed to number 25, Kevin Canizet. Delaware penalty assessed to number 18, Riley Donor. 2 minutes each for roughing. Time of the penalties, 11 minutes, 6 seconds in the third period. Canizet and Donor, 2 each for roughing at 11:06. So we're going to be 4-on-4 after that post-whistle dust-up after Snellenberg came up with more than a few rapid-fire saves. Canizet and Donor finding themselves at the middle of it, Eli, and 4-on-4 tends to benefit the Hens, but with a 3-goal lead, they can start to take their foot off the accelerator just a little bit.
And with special teams and how they've gone today, I wouldn't be surprised if Delaware decides to coach up something here that would lead to a goal or at least a grade A chance, as there's a one-timer skied above the crossbar brought down by Marangola. This Delaware special teams today has been something special. 3 power play goals, 4 penalties killed. They have been amazing today, in contrast to the last time these two teams played against each other. In 2 games when they went up to Rhode Island, Delaware wound up coming up 0 for 9 on their power play chances. Today, they have 3 more than they had in an entire series up in the Northeast.
A goose poke check led to Rodriguez re-entering. Around the horn, Burke gloves the puck down, plays it to himself at the point while losing his footing. And Jonathan Shaw recovers for the Rams. Off the near boards. Marshall up ice. Rodriguez got stick on puck, but Hall brings it in. And now turns this back to Drowan, who is guilty of an icing with 7:26 to go in regulation. Hens coasting a little bit now with a 4-1 lead, but an attacking zone faceoff coming their way. Looking at what's up next for the Delaware Blue Hens men's Division I team at Pitt next weekend, and then home for a split Friday-Sunday weekend slate on Valentine's Day weekend, hosting William Patterson on February 14th. Friday night hockey from Fred Rust Arena, and then the Dragons of Drexel University come to town on Sunday, February 16th for the Blue Hens home finale and for Senior Night 2025. Both of those games will air right here on the Delaware Hockey Network. 7 minutes to go. Final seconds of the 4-on-4. McKinnon drop pass to Mulhern. He tried to feed it across the line. That's taken away by Guelph. Odd man rush for the Hens. Guelph throws one net front, and it's tipped in. A 5th Delaware goal. Luke Panapresso getting his first as a Delaware Blue Hen. It's 5-1.
And do you want to talk about right place, right time? Luke Panapresso crashing the goal, holds his stick up, and it is a beautiful deflection from the 15 of Luke Goshen.
The 26 of Luke Panapresso.
Oh, yes. The pass was beautiful. The 26 of Luke Panapresso tips it in. What a goal.
Did Doshin have a tip on that? Looks indeed like he did. That's what's being reported by the off-ice officials. So Doshin with the secondary helper on that. After Guelph set up Panapresso's first ever Blue Hen goal.
And with the contributions that Luke Panapresso has made on the defensive side, it's a wonder he's only gotten his first now.
Oh, Delaware goal! His first as a Blue Hen. Scored by number 26, Luke Panapresso. Assisted by number 21, Justin Guelph. And number 15, Luke Doshin. Time of the goal, 13 minutes, 13 seconds in the third period. Panapresso's first from Guelph and Doshin at 13-13.
And we're going to have another penalty here, the delayed penalty signaled. And we are going to go on another Delaware Sports Medicine power play.
Cordero taking the walk of shame again.
Ruled off this time for a high stick. And this is just not what you want if you're Joe Augustine and the Rhode Island Rams. Putting the Delaware Blue Hens on a power play has been dangerous thus far, and we're going to have a timeout called by the Rhode Island Rams.
Timeout, Rhode Island. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after a quick reprieve.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Back inside Fred Rust Arena on this Saturday afternoon, working into the evening. A 5-1 Delaware lead. And a prime chance for the Hens to get a sixth. After Cordero was ruled off for a high stick at the 14:36 mark of the third period. Shot from Donor, caught and held by Maringola.
And if you're Ryan Rodriguez on this power play and Cody Diaz, you've got to be looking for something coming your way, as they are both looking for their hat trick today. I believe that one of them might get it here on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play.
Rodriguez off the feed from Donor. In low to Mahoney, working the corner. Rodriguez, Mahoney. Stick handles. He plays this high to Riley Donor once again. Skip pass off the near boards. Rodriguez looking for his 27th of the year. 85 seconds left on the man advantage. Across to Guelph at the far half wall. Donor tried to put one on a T net front. Drowan angled him to the far corner. Shaw working in low together with Szabo. And Marshall completes the quartet of Rhode Island penalty killers as we come to the final minute of the Cordero high stick. 4:21 remaining from Fred Rust Arena. Hens showing out well in front of a healthy home crowd. That Donor shot saved by Maringola, and the Rams clear. 4:05 remaining. A few fans making their way to the parking lot early. Elvis making his way to the exit too. As Andrew Lowe is bodied down hard in the far corner by Gold. Again, the Rams clear. Burke to Coughlin. Open space at center ice for Tracy. Back to Burke, who's got more room to work with up the near side, and he comes. 7 seconds left on the Cordero penalty. Burke bodied off the puck by Lockwood. Again, the Rams clear, and the conclusion of the Cordero penalty brings us to the final 200 seconds of the contest. 5-1, the Delaware lead.
This game has been all Delaware from the start of the second period. And that
King shooting. And the contact off the puck continues after King and McKinnon got tied up. Hall tried to get a shot in at King as he stood back up. Another one's gonna go. And now Lowe and Judge exchanging words.
This Rhode Island team has to be careful. They are getting themselves into something that is not sportsmanlike at the moment. The penalties late in the game while down 4 are not good for the health of this game. I would not like to see anything spill over between these two teams.
Delaware Sports Medicine power play coming up once again. As the Rams try to get a premature change, or rather a late change on to start this penalty kill. But ultimately the damage has already been done. Rhode Island penalty was assessed to number 26, Owen Hall, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 17 minutes, 14 seconds in the third period. Hall, 2 for slashing at 17-14. Rodriguez tried to get one to Diaz on the welcome mat to no avail. Szabo clears. Rodriguez working up the near dots. Out of his own zone, he crosses far side. He launches the puck in from over the blue line. It is chased down by Mahoney. Lacazzi blue attire trying to clear. So the Hens able to set up on the offensive. Donor, Guelph one-timer. Right down the pipe, quick whistle from Poling. Bringing play to a halt with 2:05 to go. He thought that Marangola had held on to that one. Johnny wanting to try to keep a lid on this game as best he can, especially after a barrage of penalties, 4 of them now in the past 8 minutes of hockey. We've not been 5-on-5 very long here in the third period, Eli.
Not at all. Special teams in this third period have gone Delaware's way again and again and again.
105 seconds to go. Burke tried to center to King. King getting mauled in the slot. Chases the puck down in the far corner. He's taken down again. And the Hens are going to have a 2-man advantage for 37 seconds.
And this is just starting to get out of hand. I've heard stories, from the olden times as another stick gets slashed out of a hand and carnage is just breaking loose on this ice. I don't understand. I understand the frustration from the Rhode Island side. I just don't understand why everyone is losing their lids. I think we're going to go for Ollie King here, who just slashed the stick out of Tim Crane's hand, is going to go here. I saw an unsportsmanlike conduct here.
So we've got a cross-check on Naumov's. And then King Was that a slash or an unsportsmanlike conduct?
I saw a teammate with the hands. I'm going to call it an unsportsmanlike from up here.
In any case, those penalties cancel out, so we're going to still be 5-on-4.
That doesn't make the ink go off the score sheet, but makes our job a little easier as nothing goes on the board here.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, the official call on King. So here we go. Rhode Island penalty was assessed to number 12, Danila Nomovs. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Delaware penalty assessed to number 19, Oliver King. 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of the penalties, 18 minutes, 37 seconds in the third period. Nomovs 2 for cross-checking. King for unsportsmanlike conduct at 18:37.
And here we go. All three members of Team Maryland, Noah Goose, Tommy Tracy, and Andrew Lowe, teaming up with some other players from Rhode Island.
And this is exactly what you don't want.
You know, the game can get out of hand, but that should be left to the scoreboard to do the talking, not the players through violence.
And Brent Kendall's going to send Darlington off.
Brent Kendall throwing the book at these boys. He does not want this game to get out of hand more than it already has, and he is throwing people out. There goes Darlington.
Is he going to get a 2 and 10 or the gate? That's what we've yet to find out. And we're going to go to break while this gets sorted out by the officials and the captains with 1:09 remaining in regulation.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an
Back inside Fred Rust Arena, and all we can tell you right now is we're going to be 4-on-3 for the restart.
And holy moly, do we have some penalties to recap once we get full particulars.
A major on the board for Rhode Island. 1 minute remaining of the period. 1 minute. Rhode Island penalties, number 10, Aiden Darlington, 5 minutes for slashing. Number 5, Cameron Sear, 10-minute misconduct. Delaware penalties, number 28, Tommy Tracy, 2 minutes for roughing. Number 27, Noah Goose, 10-minute misconduct. Time of the penalties, 18:51 in the third period. Darlington, 5 for slashing. Sear, 10-minute misconduct. Tracy, 2 minutes for roughing. Goose, 10-minute misconduct. Time of the penalties, 18:51. And we're down to the final 10 seconds from Fred Rust Arena as the Hens hold, and they will complete a weekend sweep of the Rhode Island Rams. Tonight's final score, Delaware Blue Hens 5, Rhode Island Rams 1. Final shots on goal, Rhode Island 27, Delaware 26. Fans, it's time for the Sid's Barbecue and Jerky 3 stars of the game. Tonight's third star, scoring his first ever Blue Hen goal, number 26, Luke Panapresso. The number 2 star, with 2 goals and an assist, number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. And the number 1 star of the game, backstopping the Blue Hens to victory with 26 saves, number 35, Jacob Snellenberg. Delaware improving to 17-10-3 on the year, and the Rams fall to 16-9-4. Hens travel west across the PA Turnpike to take on Pitt next weekend.
This ESCHL matchup today, a great one for Delaware, a good win, and thank goodness nothing happened in the handshake line. Those who know, know.
So the Hens rolling through 3 consecutive power play goals, ultimately outpacing the Rams, taking advantage of those opportunities given to them. The Rams gave an inch, the Hens took a mile, time and time again, and Jacob Snellenberg on the other end, rock solid in that 26 of 27 saves to score his 12th win of the year. For Saunders Penn, for Eli Swope, James Witherite saying thank you for joining us on the Delaware Hockey Network. We'll do it all again next week here on the 412. Have a great night, everybody.